Hello, Dazzler.
We're back.
How are
The
you?
bell is back. You're back, my darling. And I'm back. And this is a very, very special dish today. This is my minestrone soup, all in aid of Oracle Cancer Trust. So please donate. Just £1 or £2 or £10 or £1,000. But before we go any further, I have got a very special bottle of champagne.
What is it?
Which is my Frère Frère. Amazing champagne. This is the V26. What does that mean? I have no idea, but I can tell you something.
Took us 10 minutes to get the alarm done.
Tastes amazing. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Dazzler.
Oh my goodness.
How's that?
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Glad you're enjoying that. So, what do we got?
Okay.
Can we go through the ingredients?
So, darling, earlier on, I did a lovely video for Oracle Cancer Trust.
Yeah.
And I'm passionate, as you know, about Oracle Cancer Trust. This dish is for them. And this is a dish I hope everyone can donate. So, what are we doing? Minestrone soup. Brilliant dish for anyone, by the way, with head and neck cancer. That's the reason I did it. Onions, carrots, celery, haricots verts, French beans, which are partly cooked. Butter beans, white beans. You can use kidney beans, you can use any beans. Pancetta, kale, selection of herbs, pasta, garlic, tomato paste, tin of tomato, vegetable stock. Wow.
Let's get
This
cracking.
is a soup. So let's get going.
Oh, sorry, here we go. Okay, so olive oil first.
Olive oil in, and we're going to start with some pancetta, lardons of bacon, pancetta, whichever you want, bacon, just want some bacon. We want to get some real flavour. Yes, darling, flavour. But I was going to say we want to get that pan hot and dark and crispy, and then we're going to add all the vegetables, and then we're going to cook this whole thing together. It's about a 45-minute job.
So how long does this need to cook for?
So we're going to get it so it's crispy, dark and crispy.
Okay, 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
Okay.
Mine's a little nose.
Here's what we can do.
Eddie there.
Okay. So. Right, so you've let that go. Then what's after the pancetta?
So
the bacon.
I'm just doing this.
Very nice.
I am going to get that dark and crispy, not burnt, but just coloured.
And then,
we are going to add the vegetables in here, and we're going to toss the whole lot off.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start adding.
Right, Anna. Go in. Are you going in? Or are you just getting them ready? So, onions, carrots, celery.
So, are you filming, Diddy?
Yeah.
Okay, darling, it's lovely to have you back. It's nice to see
you,
you again. We haven't done one for ages. I've been doing lots of little individual ones. You may have noticed, you may have seen them.
They're not very good.
But they're not good without you, of course. But I think we do pop onto my Instagram now and again.
Just to boost your followers a bit.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I want to colour that a bit more.
Okay, I'll come back. So it's
Okay, now you can.
crispy.
It's crispy, and I don't mind these bits around the edge. You see that?
Yeah.
I don't mind that at all,
Okay.
because that'll all come off when we add the water. So now, onion. And I've I've chopped them all the same size.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Don't cut them too small, but don't. Again, it's not like a roast. You know, don't have a giant portion.
Yeah.
So you can see they're all.
Yeah.
And all in.
Yeah.
All in.
All in.
And we get all this beautifully cooking through. Now we're going to colour this. I want a bit more colour. So this is going to take another 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So if you come back in 5 minutes.
Okay, so
you'll see
you want
colour.
Okay, so 5 minutes, good 5 minutes later.
5 minutes. So now we're going to put some garlic in.
It was always a revelation for me, adding the garlic. I used to always do the garlic first. What a mistake.
Yeah. Well, you know why?
Because it burns it.
Because it just catches on the bottom, and then you get, and it really can go very, very bitter.
Yeah.
So now we're going to put a bit of seasoning in, and we're going to keep checking on seasoning.
Yeah.
Don't need to put too much in at the moment, but we'll put some in.
Okay.
And then we'll just look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Yummy.
Really good colour now.
Can't wait.
And now we will just cook that garlic out for 2 minutes, and then we'll start adding all the other bits and pieces.
Okay.
So my little French beans,
Yes.
I like to do the French beans first.
Okay.
And I tell you why, because French beans can lose colour.
Yes. Yes.
And they get washed out a little bit.
Yes.
So I'm going to do that.
Mm.
And then what I'm going to do is I've got some wonderful selection of herbs. And so we've got some rosemary and we've got some thyme. And we're going to put all of that in there now.
Okay.
And I've also got some basil. I'm just going to chop the whole lot off. And then I've got some
bay leaves.
Bay leaves. So we'll chop it all up really fine. We'll get that in there because, you know, minestrone is a great dish. You can sort of use, bearing in mind this is my minestrone, you can use anything in minestrone. I don't mean anything, it's got to have a tomato base. But
yeah. And it's a good way of using up.
Yeah, it's a great way of using up vegetables and other bits and pieces. Basically, it's a really good vegetable soup with pasta is what it is.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to just put all that over here.
Okay.
We'll put that in there now.
All right, shall I stay over here?
Can you smell that?
Smells amazing.
I wish we had smelly vision.
We will, I'm sure. I'm sure it's on our way,
That
darling.
is fantastic. That smell. Okay, and also look inside.
Yeah, all the brown is all it's all come off now.
All come off.
All those poor bits.
It feels like, you know.
That's why you didn't mind
those
letting it
QVC
catch.
adverts.
Yeah.
It's now all come off.
It's all come off.
Right,
Okay.
now.
What happens next?
Now we're starting to get going now. And we don't want to overcook it, so I want to add in the tomatoes. This is tin tomatoes.
Yeah.
Right. Now I've got some vegetable stock.
Vegetable stock, okay.
Which I'm going to put in.
How many you used a sort of
I use
stock cubes, the
a
stock
couple of
ones.
those stock cubes, yeah.
Not cubes, we use the ones in the little the jelly, like a jelly, like a jellified ones, yeah.
That in there. That's
how many did you put in?
Out. I put in 2 of
Yeah.
those little stock cubes. I am looking for tomato paste.
Okay. So
Go in there.
how much? So just put the tomato paste straight in, do you?
Yeah, I want to. I mean, wonderful thing about minestrone is a tomato-based soup. So I want quite a bit of tomato paste. I think that's probably about enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So how long will you cook all this together?
We're going
for
to
now?
cook all this together. But now we're going to add in some beans.
Okay. Your white butter beans.
White butter beans going in now.
Just one. So that was just one.
One little can.
One can, 400 gram can.
We are going to add in the kale.
Yeah. Ooh. And so you would do kale now, would you?
I'm going to put
kale.
the kale in
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to cook it through.
Okay. Yeah.
Put the kale in now, and then we're going to let this really cook through for 20 minutes or so, I should think.
Okay. So the kale will lose its colour.
It will go in within it. It will
All
all
right,
go
lovely.
within it. Sink in.
Okay. Okay. So we'll come back in 20 minutes.
Come in 20 minutes. Fantastic tip.
Oh, we're back for a tip. What's your tip?
A parmesan rind.
Ooh.
Get some great flavour.
Never. That is a good tip, Dazzler.
Another good one.
We've come all this way without a tip.
And when we get that, and probably won't be 20 minutes because we're going to add the pasta.
Right.
Probably in 15 minutes.
All right. And then last
There's
2 bits.
there's so many ingredients.
He's
2
going to bark, so do it
bay
quickly.
leaves.
Yep, there we
Okay.
go. Okay, we'll come back.
Right.
Okay, so we're checking back in.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, there's a piece of parmesan. Yummy.
So,
how long's it been? 15 minutes. Good
20
15.
minutes, 20, 25 minutes. And look how beautiful that is.
So that you don't have much
Beautiful.
time. It is up my leg. What are you doing
It is
next?
up your leg?
Yeah.
Normally me. Right. So next we will add these beans and the pasta in about 5 minutes.
When you do the pasta first and then the beans,
Yeah.
because otherwise the beans will lose their colour.
No, they won't lose their colour now.
Okay, fine.
Because I've refreshed
Okay.
them. Amazing.
Okay. What's happening? So
Okay.
pasta?
Pasta in now.
Yeah.
So I'll just show you here. This is where we are.
Looking really good.
Looking really good.
Just like you, Dazzler. Whoop.
Pasta in. 1 cup. Now we want to get that. That will go through that dish beautifully. And then in about 5 minutes or so, I'm going to add the green beans.
Okay. Come here.
All right.
I've been looking at that piece of cheese. It's amazing.
It's amazing. The cheese, should we try and find the cheese?
Yeah, I just found it.
Did you?
I was going to eat it.
What, you were going to pick it out and eat it? Were you?
Well, I thought I might get in trouble.
Okay, well you would get
Isn't
in
it?
trouble. Right, let's just finish it off and let's put the beans in, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the beans. And now you have the most beautiful hearty soup. And the pasta's going to now swell and cook out in there. And then we will have an amazing soup.
So should we come back and see it in another 5 minutes?
About 5 minutes or 8 minutes probably.
Okay.
Okay?
We're ready.
So we're going to do a final little season.
So it's been, what, 5 minutes?
I
since you
think
put
yeah, 5 minutes.
I think you need more
See if we
seasoning.
put the beans in.
Yeah.
A bit more pepper. We'll just do it all.
More seasoning?
No, we'll have a look. Look at this soup. Look at the way the pasta's now in there. The bacon, the beans, the carrots. So let's have a little taste. My goodness,
Good.
that's amazing.
Okay, so no more seasoning. It's fine.
Bit more salt.
Good for the pot.
This beautiful, beautiful pot of flavour, goodness. And again, you know, these dishes are not expensive. Right. Wow. Look at that. I'm going to just clean that in a minute, Don, before we serve.
Okay.
And it needs to be thick, 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 thick.
It's like a yummy vegetable bean stew.
Right, hang on, let me just clean that plate.
Yeah, that looks so good.
So good. Let's wipe that off there.
Okay, so you've got some finishing bits and pieces.
Right, so now to finish this fantastic dish, parmesan, a little bit of parsley and basil.
Parsley and basil in there,
Parsley
okay.
and basil,
Ooh.
and just a little dash
Drizzle of olive oil.
of olive oil. Now, does it get any more Italiano than that?
No.
Oracle Cancer Trust, this is for you. Thank you for all the help you give everybody like me. Lots of love to everybody. Enjoy your wonderful, wonderful minestrone. Lots
Well
of
done,
love.
Dazzler.